Hey guys, today we're going to go ahead and talk about solving equations with fractions. And a lot of people have trouble with these. And so what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate the fraction. En esta lección vamos a resolver ecuaciones con fracciones. Muchos estudiantes no les gustan estos por las fracciones, pero lo que vamos a hacer es simplificar las fracciones. So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the fraction, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to look at this bottom number. You see it has a 3 and it has a 2. Ven que tiene un 3 y el 2. So what we have to do, we're going to have to multiply the whole equation by something that gets rid of the 3 and the 2. Vamos a tener que escoger un número que multiplique toda la ecuación para deshacernos del 3 y el 2. So if you don't know, all you have to do is multiply the 3 and the 2. Si no saben, todo lo que tienen que hacer es multiplicar el 3 por el 2, que me da 6. So the greatest common factor, we call it GCF, is 6. El número en común del 3 y el 2 es el 6. Okay? Or I should say, not the greatest common factor. We call it the least common multiple. El múltiple en común de los dos es el 6. That's the multiple. So 3 times 2 is 6. And that's the easiest way to figure it out. So what I'm going to do, lo que voy a hacer es multiplicar todo por 6. What I'm going to do is multiply everything by 6. So when we do that, we get 6 times 2 is 12. X. On the bottom, you leave the 3 alone. Okay. Abajo nomás deja el 3 solito. And then you multiply everything the same. 6 times 1, 6 por 1, 6. El 2 de abajo se queda igual. And then 6 times x is 6x. So you're just multiplying the top. And then 6 times 1 is 6. And then you can see here, you can simplify. Podemos simplificar. 2 entre 3 me da 4. So this gives us 4x. Minus 6 divided by 2 is 3. 6 entre 2 is 3. And then we have 6x plus 6. So what I did is I rewrote the equation into something much more simple to do. Entonces ahora yo puedo hacer esto. Puedo simplificar esto y resolverlo. Entonces lo que tienen que hacer es letras a la izquierda, números a la derecha. So we're going to put the variables on the left and the numbers on the right. So what does that mean? So I'm going to take this guy here, put him over here to the left, and take this guy. Remember to use that negative that's in front. Move them to the other side because we want to combine them, okay? So 4x, the 6x becomes a negative 6x. There's my equal sign. The negative 3, when we take them across, becomes a positive 3. Okay, 4 minus 6, be careful, is negative 2. And then 3 plus 6 is 9. Okay, entonces el positivo 6x se convierte en negativo porque estamos saltando la igualdad. El menos 3 se convierte en positivo 3. Ahora 4 menos 6 es menos 2. Y 6 más 3 es 9. Divido por negativo 2. I divide by negative 2. Now remember, you're going to always have to use that negative in front of that number, whatever that symbol is, okay? Whether it's a positive or a negative. So in this case, it's a negative. So we're going to divide by negative 2. Negative divided by negative is a positive. And so our answer is negative 9/2. And that's it. Entonces el resultado es negativo 9,5. All right, and that's it, guys. Let's do another one. This one, it's actually a little bit more simple, and some of you might have done it before. Todo lo que vamos a hacer es multiplicar cruzado. Now, normally we can multiply everything by a 12, right, or a negative 12. But these are very, very easy, so I'll go ahead and do it the traditional way we call it. Vamos a hacerlo el modo tradicional, nomás vamos a cruzar multiplicado. We're going to cross multiply, okay? Because you have that equal in the middle, porque tienen esa igualdad en medio, podemos multiplicar cruzado. So we're going to do negative 4 times m minus 1 equals 3 times m plus 2. And then we're going to distribute. Ahora vamos a distribuir. Entonces negativo 4m por s, negativo 4m, negativo por negativo es positivo, y 4 por 1 es 4. So you notice negative 4 times m, negative 4m, negative 4 times negative 1 is positive 4. And then over here, the same thing, 3 times m and 3 times 2. So 3 times m is 3m, and then 3 times 2 is 6. Now that I have that, same thing, letters on the left, numbers on the right. Ahora que tenemos esto, como no, ya multiplicamos cruzado, letras a la izquierda, números a la derecha. Ok, entonces este positivo 3m se va a convertir en negativo. This positive 3m is going to become a negative 3m. This positive 4 becomes a negative 4. And then you just bring down the 6. It's a positive, bring down the negative 4m. And then negative 4m minus 3 is going to give me negative 7. And then negative 4 plus 6, that's a positive 2. Okay. Lastly, we're going to divide. Vamos a dividir ahora entre negativo 7. Okay, negative 7 divided by negative 7 is a positive 1. That gives me negative 2 over 7. Okay, and that's it. So you notice how I had to cross multiply. Entonces ven como tuve que multiplicar cruzado. Se convierte en esto, distribuyo y después sigo resolviendo. All right. Let's go ahead and do another one, a little bit more challenging. You see you have a bit longer process here. So you have a 3 on the bottom and a 2 on the bottom. And we're going to do the same thing. Entonces vamos a usar el 3 y el 2 que está abajo. So 3 times 2 is 6. So I'm going to use 6 to multiply the whole thing. 6 times x is 6x. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 1 is 6. Leave the bottom the same. Leave the denominator the same. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 por 3 es 18. El número de abajo, el denominador, se queda igual. Y después 6 por 2. 6 times 2 is 12. So now, let's go ahead and simplify it out. So we have 6x plus 42. Okay. 6 divided by 3, 6 entre 3 is 2x. 8 entre 2 is 9. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Okay. All right. Now, before I continue, before I start switching things around, you notice that I have a 6x and a 2x on the same side. Pueden ver que tengo un 6x y más 2x a la mano izquierda. Entonces, antes de cambiar las cosas, lo que voy a hacer yo es voy a sumar estos. 6x plus 2x. I'm going to just combine those. I'm going to get 8x plus 42. Entonces, voy a combinar estos dos para que se me haga más fácil. Y ahora, letras a la izquierda, números a la derecha. So now we're going to take letters to the left, numbers to the right. Okay. So now we have 8x. The positive 9 becomes a negative 9. Positivo 9 se convierte en negativo. Positivo 42 se convierte en negativo 42 menos 12. 8 minus 9, be careful. That becomes a negative 1. Negative 42 minus 12, that becomes negative 54. Okay, now you cannot leave the negative with the x, so you're going to have to divide. No se puede dejar el negativo con la x, entonces se divide por negativo 1. Okay. Ahora, negativo entre negativo es positivo. Entonces nos queda positivo 54. Okay. Let's go ahead and do another one, guys. Same thing. This one, and I'm sorry I didn't mean to do 2 and 3 so much, but it's the same process. Igualmente acá, 2 por 3, vamos a usar 6 otra vez. Okay, 6 right there. So now 6 times x is 6x. Remember to leave the denominator the same. 6 por x es otro 6x. El denominador se queda igual. Y después 6 por 1 es 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3x. 6 divided by 3 is 2x. Be careful. And then you have your 6. And actually this one's very, very simple. You just combine like terms. So you get 5x equal to 6. 5x es igual a 6. Ahora se divide entre 5. X is igual a 6 quintos. And you would just leave it as a fraction. Your professor will accept that. That's perfectly fine. I want to go ahead and do 2 more. Quiero hacer 2 más. And these are a little bit different. Just because. Sorry about that, guys. I want to go ahead and do this one with fractions just because these are a little bit different. So let's go ahead and do this. So we're going to go ahead and do my brackets again. Okay. Now this one's kind of easy because you only have one number in the denominator. What's that number? 5. El número de abajo es 5. Entonces we're going to multiply by 5. Okay. So we're going to multiply. Now watch how I do this. You're only going to multiply the outside here. Okay, you're not going to multiply the x and the minus 2. Why? Because this constant, this number on the outside, is going to take care of that when you distribute. That's why we don't multiply the inside. Okay, cuando vamos a multiplicar, nomás vamos a multiplicar lo de afuera, no la x ni lo de adentro del paréntesis. ¿Por qué? Porque este se va a encargar después, cuando distribuye, se va a encargar de multiplicar esto. Entonces no se tienen que preocupar. So all we're going to do is multiply the outside, nomás lo de afuera. 5 por 2, 5 times 2 is 10. Leave the bottom the same. And then the x minus 2, you leave it alone. El x menos 2 se deja igual. Pero esto seguimos. So this part we continue. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times x is 5x. Okay? 10 divided by 5 is 2. 10 entre 5 is 2. So we have x minus 2 is equal to 10 minus 5x. So now I can go ahead and solve this. It's a lot easier. Now this guy is going to distribute the 2. Ahora voy a distribuir el 2, que me da 2x menos 4 es igual a 10 menos 5x. Ahora, ¿qué hago? Letras a la izquierda, números a la derecha. Entonces, esta letra es menos 5x, se va a la izquierda. Menos 4 a la derecha. Okay, so they're changing spots. Okay, so letters on the left, numbers on the right. So the 2x is here. The minus 5x, notice how I circled the 5, goes to the left, becomes a positive 5x. And now the negative 4 becomes a positive 4. Okay, and then you bring down the 10. Entonces, como pueden ver, 2x más 7, más 5, perdón, es 7x. 10 más 4, 14. So now, pretty simple. We divide by 7. Okay, x is going to equal to a nice positive 2. Okay, last one, number 6. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. Close it off with a bracket. So now, okay, we're going to do the same thing. Let's go ahead and multiply. What do you see on the bottom? A 3 and a 4. So I'm going to use a 12. 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing as number 5. So 12 times 1, 12 por 1 es 12. El 3 de abajo se queda. No voy a multiplicar lo de adentro de la x y el 2. Eso se va a quedar. Okay, we're going to leave that alone. And then continue. 12 times 3 is 36. And then the 4 on the bottom stays the same. 12 times 1 is 12. Okay? And then 12 divided by 3 is 4. 12 entre 3 es 4. X más 2. 36 entre 4 is 9. So we get 9x minus 12. Okay? Now, that's a lot easier to work with than this big old thing. And actually, this is the exact same thing as this, except it's written differently. So now I'm going to distribute the 4. So we're going to get 4x plus 8 is equal to 9x minus 12. So now what do? I do letters on the left, numbers on the right. Letras a la izquierda, números a la derecha. So we're going to do this right here. So we're going to have 4x. The positive 9 becomes a negative 9. Positive 8 becomes a negative 8. Bring down the negative 12. This is going to give me negative 20. And then 4 minus 5 is negative 5x. All right, what do I do now? Divide by negative 5. Divide by negative 5 on both sides. You end up with x is equal to a positive 4. El x se convierte en positivo. Okay? And there it is, guys. So, hopefully that helps. Espero que les haya ayudado y continúen trabajando duro.